Hey there, everybody. I'm Aaron. I am the bearded conservative, and I'm going to be doing something this election season that is, I think, at least from a public standpoint, very unpopular, but I think is actually going to be very common. So, I did not vote for Donald Trump in the 2016 election. Actually, even though I'm very much a conservative, I tend to think of myself as a right leaning libertarian. I have actually never voted for a Republican president. I'm 32 years old. I first voted back in 2008. And I have, generally speaking, voted libertarian the entire time, mostly because I've been very frustrated with the two party system and I have my own qualms with the Republican Party. But and so I've tended to vote for a third party, and I actually would very much still like to see a third party rise and disrupt the two party paradigm. But this year, I will be voting for Donald Trump. And I'm actually going to be doing a second video detailing why I'm voting for Donald Trump. This video, I want to explain to set the stage why I did not vote for him last time. First off, I would never have voted for Hillary. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her, and I've got a bunch of reasons why I would not vote for her. But last time, I could not bring myself to vote for Donald Trump. I didn't think I could not do it, and here were the reasons why. So firstly, I really feel like he wasn't very presidential. He was very antagonistic. I often describe him as an inflammatory type of person. He gets people inflamed, and I still hold that this is true. He cannot control his Twitter, and honestly, that's a problem. I feel like you should be, as president, ideally, you should be a model of self control and a good example for people. And I feel like in many ways, he is not. He is not somebody that I could point to my boys and say, I would like my boys to be like him. Definitely not something that I could do. He had no track record. So he had not been in politics before. He had no track record. We couldn't look at what he'd done. Part of the reason why I did not vote for Romney was because I actually did have a track record for him, and I didn't like what I saw on how he had voted. And many times, while he was in office, that was part of why I did not vote for Romney. I could not align myself, in spite of what he said he stood for. I couldn't align myself with what he had actually done. So Donald Trump had no track record. Honestly, I thought he was a rhino. Republican in name only. I was concerned that he was running on the Republican side just because he thought that was the most advantageous for him, and that he was not going to actually govern with conservative ways, conservative methods. And then lastly, I honestly didn't like a lot of his business history. On the one hand, you got to give credit where credit is due. Regardless of how he got his start, he still has a net worth that is in the billions. So he's obviously doing some things right. But with the number of bankruptcies that he's had in his history, I did not feel confident in that. And I have problems with people who run businesses that way, and I would have problems with him running the government that way. And to a degree, I feel like that some of that actually still stands. I don't like his methods of spending and things like that at the governmental level. And so those were overall the main reasons why I don't think he was a good idea at the time, regardless of how it turned out. And then lastly, the third party. So part of the idea, I live in California, so California's going blue one way or the other. I feel like I could actually do the most potential good with my vote by voting for the Libertarian Party, regardless of who was on the ticket that year. So, because the idea that you could get, if you could get 5% of the popular vote, then the Libertarian Party could stand on stage at the major debates and be able to actually disrupt the conversation and actually get people thinking. And so that was the way that I cast my vote last time. Again, this time I will be voting for Donald Trump, and there'll be another video that, hopefully it'll be uploaded about the same time as this video that'll explain why I feel like this year he has actually earned my vote, and voting for Donald Trump, in spite of the fact that I still live in California, would do good. So make sure you stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with somebody else, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video.